Graduands, guests, colleagues, I declare the ceremony open. You may be seated. As Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I welcome you to this ceremony for the psychology students in the School of Social Sciences. Welcome also to our honorary graduand, Tim Reddish, CBE. The university takes great care in offering these invitations, and we are delighted when persons of such distinctions agree to join our community. Tim, your words are an inspiration to our students, and we look forward to hearing from you later in the proceedings. Today's event is being live streamed, so welcome also to family and friends from around the world. Our graduation ceremonies this year are very special. They're the first ever to be held here in University Hall. The hall was built in 1854 and was extensively damaged by bombs in 1941. Extensive repairs were necessary, and in 1972, the building was granted listed status. 2 years ago, it was taken over by the university, and since then, a program of restoration has been carried out by our estates team to give this gracious old building a new purpose. I hope that you will treasure the memories of today as much as we do. This fine venue is now forever part of your individual stories as much as part of the collective history of Nottingham Trent University. Graduation is a memorable event in anybody's life. It marks the end of an academic endeavour. It is the successful conclusion of one stage and the beginning of the next. These ceremonies are a highlight of the academic year for us. They're a time when we celebrate and share in the success of our students. I would like to congratulate you personally on your academic achievements. However, no one makes this academic journey on their own. I ask you, therefore, to pause for a moment and remember those who've helped you along the way. In particular, family, friends, and their colleagues. Graduands, will you join me in a round of applause to thank all of those who may be sitting below you or watching from around the world to acknowledge the support that they have given you. Graduation ceremonies are also an opportunity to celebrate the successes of the university over the last year. And 2018 is a significant year for Nottingham Trent University, a year of remarkable achievements during the 12 months when we celebrate our 175th anniversary. Our recent successes are grounded in 175 years of tradition, starting with the Nottingham Government School of Design, our founding college. Opened in 1843, the focus then to support the development of skills and innovations to drive economic prosperity continues to characterize NTU today. The accolades that we have received this year recognize our excellence in learning and teaching, linked to our ambition to transform the lives of the 30,000 students who study with us. Firstly, Nottingham Trent University is the Times Higher Education University of the Year, the most prestigious award in UK higher education. We're also proud to be the Times Sunday Times Guide Modern University of the Year. The active way that we engage with employers and thus enhance the employability of our graduates underpin these awards. Furthermore, NTU was awarded Gold Standard in the National Teaching Excellence Framework sponsored by the government. Here the commentary reads, and I quote, "Based on the evidence available, the panel judged that Nottingham Trent University delivers consistently outstanding teaching, learning, and outcomes for its students. It is of the highest quality found in the UK." Now, I know that many of you, and indeed our prospective students, look at the league tables published in national newspapers. And I've already mentioned our recent recognitions in both the Times and Sunday Times. However, the latest rankings published in The Guardian, which probably gives the best representation of where our universities stand in the league tables at the moment, put us in the top 20, and we're now 16th amongst the 120 or so universities in the UK. Of course, the achievements of the university overall are built upon the exceptional education provided to our students in each of our academic schools. And I would like to share briefly with you a few highlights from in your own school. The School of Social Sciences has secured a number of grants this year for innovative research projects across a wide range of discipline areas. Projects range from virtual reality to measuring sleep patterns and brain activity using EEG apparatus, social psychological studies on the role of food banks in Nottingham, and techniques to improve the witnesses in criminal cases. Joint ventures with external partners include work with Emmanuel House and Services for Empowerment and Advocacy Nottingham to deliver and evaluate a social intervention programme supporting reintegration of homeless adults. Collaboration with Nottingham Forest Community Trust is exploring young people's engagement with sport. Internationally, the school is part of a European consortium of universities to deliver online training for teachers in China. A large grant from a Norwegian gambling company will investigate a tool to aid responsible gambling. Many of you who are graduating today have contributed this work to the scholarship projects for undergraduate research programs and the school's volunteer assistant program. We hope those experiences have inspired you and that you'll continue with research in this field. Guests, students, colleagues, for everything that we have achieved together this year, I invite you to join in a round of applause to celebrate our achievements. I now invite the Dean of the School of Social Sciences, Cathy Moore, to read the names of today's graduands, and the Vice-Chancellor will admit you to your degrees.
I now invite the stewards to bring forward the first group of graduands. Vice-Chancellor, the following have qualified for awards from the School of Social Sciences. Bachelor of Science degree with honours in Psychology with Criminology, Molly Allen. Kelly Angwin. Monique Anthony Johnson. Daniela Asamoah. Olivia Bain. Jason Baxter. Caitlin Ben. Miles Bennett. Ria Bachu. Hannah Brewer. Harriet Broadbent. Kellyanne Brown. Megan Callan. Holly Collins. Rebecca Deasy. Amrita Dillon. Saskia Dogra. Courtney Dolan. Natalie Evans. George Fern. Alexander Fogden. Imogen Fraser. Olivia G. Catherine Gibbons. Samantha Gibbs. Hina Gomez Galado. Amy Greaves. Laura Guyver. Rachel Gunn. Megan Hegarty. Verity Hembrow. Annabelle Hutt. Noor Ul Ain Jabbar. Courtney Jackson. Grace Jeffries. Alice Jenkinson. Rebecca Johnson. Rahil Carr. Alexander Keeling. Georgia Lavender. Caris LeBon. Rebecca Lees. Erica Linford. Billy Lloyd. Hannah Lynch. Arjan Madar. Olivia Marcus. Lauren Martindale. Joelle Mashana. Anne Matthews. Heather McCormick. Harvey Merrin. Yankee Mystery. Peter Mohan. Charlotte Moore. Katie Moss. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards to the first group of students from the School of Social Sciences. I'm pleased to invite Neil Mansfield to the stage to give the oration for our honorary graduand, Tim Reddish, and to present him to the Vice-Chancellor to receive his award.
Vice-Chancellor, guests, it's my pleasure and privilege to invite Tim Reddish, CBE, to receive an honorary doctorate at this afternoon's graduation. Tim Reddish has enjoyed a 13-year international career as an athlete. He competed in 3 Paralympic Games, 3 World and 5 European Swimming Championships. He amassed a total of 43 medals at the very highest level. He won 2 medals at Barcelona, 2 medals in Atlanta, and 1 medal at the Sydney Paralympic Games. In recognition of his services to swimming and to sport, he was honoured with an MBE in 2001, an OBE in 2008, and a CBE in 2017. Tim was appointed as the National Performance Director for British Para-Swimming in 2003. He led the team to success at both the Athens and Beijing Paralympic Games. He was appointed as Chairman of the British Paralympic Association in 2008 and served as board member of LOCOG, the organisers for the London Olympic and Paralympic Games. Last year, in 2017, he was elected to the International Paralympic Committee Governing Board. Outside of competition, Tim runs a successful business, timreddish.com, which works with individuals providing mentoring and development, as well as delivering keynote speeches to business. Tim was born with a hereditary genetic eye condition, retinitis pigmentosa, but was not diagnosed until his 30s. At the age of 31, he was told that he should expect to lose his vision entirely and that there was no cure. Over a 6-year period, Tim's vision deteriorated, through having some functional vision to becoming completely blind. After this life-changing experience, he turned to swimming, in which he excelled for many years. In 2012, Tim was offered an opportunity to participate in a clinical trial to test a retinal implant. This sought to establish whether biomedical engineering could provide some functional vision. Over the next 2 years, Tim had a surgical procedure to implant a chip directly into his eye, which gave some basic perception of light, and participated in a research project to determine its effectiveness. Whilst the bionic eye was successful as an early-stage demonstrator, it ceased to function after 18 months, but the research continues. Born in the city and still a resident, Tim is proud to come from Nottingham. As guest lecturer, he's delighted to continue to work with Nottingham Trent University students. He's been awarded the highest honour by the City of Nottingham, being a freeman of the city. This entitles him to herd his sheep over Trent Bridge. He tells me he has done this twice. Vice-Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Tim Reddish, CBE, be a person distinguished in eminence and by attainments for the conferment of the degree of Doctor of the University honoris causa in recognition of his significant contribution to sustained excellence and achievement in Paralympic sport across 3 decades, initially as a competitor and more recently as a performance director and contributor to the Paralympic movement in the UK and worldwide.
Okay, where do I start? You don't realise what you want to achieve in life or what you're going to achieve in life. By the way, I did have some notes, I've just thrown them away. So if I go off track and I run over, don't worry. Where does our journey start? First of all, I want to thank Professor Mansfield for the citation. And it's very difficult to analyse where you've come from and what you've achieved. I want to congratulate you as graduates because you are our future. This nation, the world globally, will need you to deliver on what you want to deliver and what you want to achieve. And that's important. Whilst this is a huge honour and a privilege for me to receive the honorary doctorate, it's something special for you guys as well. So my journey, as you heard, I was born in Nottingham. I was premature born, 1957, all right? So I'm over 60 now. I've still got lots of things to do. Time isn't running out. But my life-changing experience started off with what some people might perceive as a negative impact when I was diagnosed. But my life started. I didn't go to university. I left school as soon as I could. I went through an apprenticeship. I went and left school and I was a butcher. So I'm the only blind butcher in the world. But in those days, I didn't know I was going to go blind. I was married at the age of 21, which is younger than most of you in here as graduates. So think about that. I had 2 children by the age of 25. Eldest of 5 children. My mum is here today, my wife is here today, and my youngest sister is here today. They have been part of that journey with me, and they have supported me as long as my other family. But as I said, eldest of 5, I left school as soon as I could. Things happened. I was working quite happily within Nottingham City Council in this great city of Nottingham. Diagnosed, that life-changing experience. What do you do? How do you survive? Because even back in those days, the males were hunter warriors. I was afraid of not being able to support the family. I wasn't afraid of losing sight, but I was afraid of what I could do and what I could achieve. I had to find a way of making it happen. And things happen in your life, and you have 2 choices. Wait for it or make it. As a family, we chose to make things happen. We didn't rely on anybody else. We didn't go to anybody else. We didn't get involved in anybody else. We sorted it ourselves, because that's what we did as Clan Reddish from when I was born as a family. So that was my lifelong learning, is if you want to do it, sort it yourself. I got involved in different things. As I said, Nottingham City Council were great. My journey got me through to lots of different things. Elite athlete, members of the royal family, London 2012. One thing I have always done when I've surrounded myself with people or I've had the opportunity to be with people, I suck everything out of them. I'm very anal in asking questions. I try and find out as much as I can. My wife, who's often with me as my sighted guide, we have a system. She taps me on the leg when it's time for me to shut up. If I'm going on too long, she kicks me on the ankle. Because I don't want to stop. And that's what you guys need to do to get on in life. When you get the opportunity to meet somebody, suck the energy out of them. Pick everything you can out of them, because there'll be one thing out of there that will help you in some time in your life. Your journey. You've just had a life-changing experience here today as being graduates, and you've graduated with a degree. You don't know what life-changing experiences you will have in the future. Some of them may start with a negative, in some people's perception, like for me, a lot of people say to me, it must have been very hard losing your sight. Yes, it was hard because it was a gradual deterioration, but I was determined to get on with my life and be happy and have fun. Choices versus sacrifices. You hear elite athletes, especially footballers, talk about, sorry, they're not elite athletes, sorry. They talk about sacrifices. I've never, ever made a sacrifice. My family have, my friends have, and my work colleagues have to support me. I made a choice to be an elite athlete. It wasn't easy. And I've had to make some choices in life, and I've taken risks. I remember going home, working with Nottingham City Council, sports development, and actually working with Nottingham Trent University at the time, adapting activities for young disabled people. I remember going home and saying, I've got an opportunity. I've gone through a process. I've been offered a job. It's only a one-year contract. It could collapse at the end of it. No pension, and by the way, we're on less money. I took the risk. I ended up then becoming a national performance director. So sometimes you have to make choices that are difficult, but something will tell you instinctively it's the right choice. You are in a very good position because you've come through the academic and the learning side of the social sciences. Putting that into practice and being applied will help you in the future. When I had to change from having sight to no sight, and I apologise if you already know this, because you're a lot brighter than me, you lot, 85% of the information you disseminate in your brain comes through your eyes. So I had to find a way to adapt and change the way I did things. I don't conform to what is the norm, if there ever is a norm. I do things my way, and I've learnt to do things differently. I've learnt to ski as a blind person with a ski instructor that had never, ever guided or learned or taught a blind person before. I'm now quite competent. I'm training a young lady called my sister to be my ski guide, so we can have fun together. In my life, I believe you have fun. Whatever you do in the future, try to love it. If you don't love it, don't do it. And that's the key to success. Make choices, not sacrifices. Be mentally tough. Ladies, there's a lot of you in here, from what I heard through the recipients. You're tougher than men. Use it. You're less emotive than us. And you are in a very strong position as postgraduates. We need the world out there and the corporate world to embrace that, because we're losing quality females in quality positions, not just here in the UK, but around the world. So you guys are drivers for that, and don't be afraid. Be proud of whatever you achieve. Look around you now, and you'll find people glowing and smiling because you're proud of each other and your friends, but your family is so proud of you. You should never, ever forget that. My mantra and mission for life: vision isn't just about sight. It's about having the ability to see beyond the here and now. My life has been enriched through numerous reasons. 1, I went blind. 2, sport was a focus for me to get on with my life. 3, I come from this great city and the city embraced me. 4, my wife, who's with me today. By the way, we met on the blind date. We were 16 years and 9 months of age at the Dancing Slipper in West Bridgeford for the older ones around. And we've been together ever since, married for 40 years. She's made the sacrifices. She's put up with me for so long. So, family, friends, find a focus. I've had a lot of fun. I've achieved great things in sport. Nottingham Trent University has been part of that journey. And it was only on reflection, and that's a key thing to think about, is reflective practice is important, and mentors. One of my mentors many, many years ago, when I got involved in sport development, was a guy called Colin Rains, who used to be a lecturer at Nottingham Trent University. And then I got involved with a guy called Doug Williamson, previous lecturer, who used to drive Paralympic inclusion in his sports science degree. And I just want to mention a couple of alumni. There's a young lady called Fiona Young, who is a graduate of NTU, sports science degree. She is now the chief executive of Paralympics New Zealand. A guy called Andy Parkinson is now the chief executive of British Rowing. And when I mentioned to him, I said, did I come and do the guest lecture review? Andy Parkinson said to me, no, I didn't go to lectures. He says it was only sport. But Fiona did. So we don't realise what we touch on and what people we do. As I said, enjoy life, be proud of what you achieve, never be afraid to fail, always believe in yourself. Self-belief will give you the confidence to achieve. And I know you come from the social sciences and you get all that in theory. It's time to put it into practice. Believe in yourself, you'll be a confident person. I will try anything. I've been part of a 4-man bobsleigh team, I've done downhill skiing, I've jumped out of an aeroplane, I've done all sorts. I've been for lunch with members of the royal family, all because I went blind. You never know what your journey will take you to. Seize every opportunity to enjoy that journey, even when you have a life-changing experience that may be negative at the time. It will make you a stronger person. I'd like to finish by thanking the Vice-Chancellor and Nottingham Trent University for this huge, huge honour, because coming from my home city and being part of this and being linked to NTU for a number of years, I cannot describe into words how much an honour and a privilege it is to be here in front of you as part of your graduation ceremony. Congratulations to you. Thank you, Vice-Chancellor.
I now invite the stewards to bring forward the second group of graduands. Vice-Chancellor, the following have also qualified for awards from the School of Social Sciences. Bachelor of Science degree with honours in Psychology with Criminology, Daniela Muller. Emma Nielsen. Jack Newland. Belinda Nichol. Rosie Nichols. Helen Odhiambo. Kimberly Paling. Chloe Pass. Alexander Patterson. Cyan Payas. Liam Pickard. Hannah Pountney. Eleanor Priddy. Georgia Pine. Paige Randall. Layla Reap. In addition to her degree, the prize of Thinking Ahead, Wellbeing Enhancement in Later Life goes to Rebecca Reynolds. Ryan Rossett. Lauren Ryan Grealish. Deborah Saki. Jay Jade Salloway. Emily Sandbach. Simran Sandhu. Seema Shah. Bryony Shepherd. Georgia Smith. Lydia Sutcliffe. James Thoney. Holly Turnock. Kirsten Walker. Renata Watts. Hayley Whittaker. Katie White. Emma Wilkes. Ellie Williams. Bethany Wright. Millie Wright. Emma Wymark. Samara Weiss Crawford. Bachelor of Science degree with honours in psychology, Nicole Davati. Natasha Shirazi. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards from the School of Social Sciences and concludes the presentation of awards to students at this ceremony. In absentia, Vice-Chancellor, I invite you to confer degrees on those students who have not been presented to you in person, but who have indicated that they wish their awards to be conferred in their absence. I certify that these students are worthy of their degrees and I stand as proxy. Megan Callan, who earlier received a Bachelor of Science degree with honours in Psychology with Criminology, will now propose the student vote of thanks.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me enormous pleasure to give the vote of thanks on behalf of my fellow graduates. I must begin by thanking Professor Cillian Ryan for their address and Professor something else for giving the awards today. Thanks must also be given to the academic registry and events teams for organising such a wonderful event that allows us to celebrate in each other's success and for many of us join together in our final time at the university. Today marks a very special day, our graduation from Nottingham Trent University. All those painfully early 9 a.m. lectures, late nights in the library, and a diet consisting of mainly Tesco meal deals and Trent kebabs was worth it. Because we've all achieved something to be truly proud of. As we embark on the next chapter of our lives, it gives us a chance to reflect about our time here at NTU. So we must ask ourselves, what have we gained over these past few years? Of course, we have gained academic success by attaining a bachelor's degree and knowledge in our chosen subject. However, I think everyone here can agree we have achieved so much more than that. We have gained lifelong friendships from all around the globe and in England. We have gained invaluable life experience and independence from living away from our parents. And probably most importantly, we have gained more ocean costumes than we could ever possibly know what to do with. Ocean costumes aside, everything we have experienced and gained during our course at Trent will provide us with an irreplaceable foundation for our future. And I think I can safely say on behalf of all my fellow graduates that the past few years at Trent have been an incredible experience. I'm sure we all remember our first day at Trent. We were nervous, we were excited, but definitely uncertain for what the future will hold. As we embark on the next chapter of our lives, I'm sure we all feel the same today. However, one thing is for certain: our individual experiences, coupled with the environment that Trent has given us, will only enable us to thrive in the future. So, on behalf of all my fellow graduates, I would like to thank all psychology and criminology teaching staff at NTU for providing knowledge, guidance, and tutorial support that has enabled us to be graduating today. I would also like to thank any other university staff, including the dyslexia team, student support services, and anything else that has had an impact on our final grade or time here at NTU. And finally, on behalf of all my fellow graduates, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our loved ones, family, and friends for supporting us through some of the most challenging but rewarding times of our lives. We really couldn't have done it without you. I would like to personally wish everyone the best of luck and success for the future. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Graduates, doesn't that sound good? Graduates of 2018, let me add my congratulations. There's the Pro Vice Chancellor, and just say who I am. Yeah, some of you may have spotted I'm not Eunice Simmons. Well done, Megan. We sent Eunice to London, so I'm acting down for my deputy this afternoon at the ceremony. We thought we'd sorted it all out and told everybody and changed all the speeches. My apologies, Megan, we haven't quite got to yours. We're still learning about this building, and it just goes to show you shouldn't change what's going on at the last minute, so thanks for that. Although I was wondering, actually, who chooses the costumes for Ocean? How do you know it's Nappy Week? Or it's Superman or Superwoman Week? Who decides this? So your social sets get together and say, that's Nappy Week, that's Superman Week, that's Supermarket Trolley Week. Great, well, I'm glad it's organised. It looks organised. I've never seen such ebullient so well organised. So, great. Well, I've learned something. Thanks, Megan. Thanks also, actually, for thanking professional services, particularly the dyslexia team. Often their work is really appreciated by those folk who interact with our professional services. Most of you will in many ways. But often it's not recognised so overtly in the vote of thanks. Thanks, Megan. I know all my colleagues who are watching this on the live stream will really appreciate that, so thank you. And thanks also to Tim for his very moving and I think inspirational speech and for being here today and sharing his experience with us. I just remember one thing you said, which is it's something like vision is not just seeing what's in front of you. Vision is about seeing above and beyond. And I think that was a really apposite and actually quite moving thing to say about your experience. So thanks, Tim, for sharing that. It's great to have you in the NTU community. So my colleagues and I came into university life for moments like these when we celebrate the success of a group of young people who are going to go out and make the world a better place for all of us. And at the start of the ceremony, you heard about some of the accolades we've received in NTU in the last 12 months. And my promise to you is that we'll continue to work hard to make sure that you will always be as proud of us as we are really proud of you today. And we hope that as you take your next steps in your careers, you'll become our greatest ambassadors. Remember that although you've now graduated, all of you remain a member of our NTU global family, There are 200,000 NTU alumni now around the world as part of this worldwide community. And they, like you, can enjoy support from the university in your future life, particularly at this stage maybe from our employability team about advice on careers and those sorts of issues. And if you want to find out more, do go to the NTU alumni website. As the banner outside says, graduation is not goodbye. In time, consider how you too could help future generations of students, as some alumni have helped you with lectures, placements, careers advice, funding scholarships, or whatever. But that is for the future. Today, enjoy your success with your tutors, your family, and your friends. I invite you all to join us now for celebratory refreshments in the Newton Building. Guests, colleagues, please stand for the professional music, and as the academic party and graduates leave the hall, I declare this graduation ceremony closed. Thank you.